The following is a presentation of DangerZone Productions.
Zombies. The idea of the dead rising from the grave to feast on the living has been around for years, showing its face in such classic horror movies as Night of the Living Dead, to even today showing its face in such hit video game series as Left 4 Dead and, well, Dead Island. The bottom line is, zombies have done a pretty good job of holding their place in culture. But there's one video game in particular that I seem to recall from my childhood that, well, it's one of those games where when you were a kid, you could just pop it in the Nintendo anytime and it would get you through the day. That game was Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
What's up? You've just entered the Danger Zone. I am, of course, Danny South, but you already knew that. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Wow, now there's a title that really takes me back. You know, not many people realize this, but when you look at some of the today zombie survival games like Dead Rising, Dead Island, games that let you utilize common everyday items and turn them into weapons. When you think about it, Zombies Ate My Neighbors was the first game to actually do that. You take a look at some of the weapons in this game, and really you can see that a lot of game designers nowadays got their start of utilizing common everyday weapons from this game. You look at some of the weapons from it, and you see them using stuff like plates, popsicles, which is kind of strange, I know. But I mean, still, soda bombs, weed whackers. Tell me that doesn't sound like something from one of those games. So, why is it that when it comes right down to it, people don't really give this game the credit it deserves? Well, I don't know. But we're going to take a look at it. Let's dive right into Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
When the game starts off, you get to choose between two characters, either this dude with blonde hair and for some reason wearing 3D glasses. Not sure if I understand that. And then, of course, there's some chick in a hat. That's really the only discerning thing about them. The first weapon you get in the game is a squirt gun that if you shoot zombies with it, makes them explode. Either these squirt guns are full of nitroglycerin or those are some very volatile zombies. But anyway, the objective in each level is to rescue the victims. And right off the bat, I've got to say, with all this creepy going on around them, it's surprising that these people are able to stay so cool. I mean, look at this. They got a guy flipping a burger, cheerleaders jumping around, babies. There's babies walking around unattended. But don't think for a second that these people are just going to stand around with their thumb up their ass waiting for you to come and save them. No. If you're not fast enough and if you can't beat these monsters to them, these people die, and die horribly. I mean, just listen to the sound they make when they die.
You gotta admit, that sound, it kind of sends a weird vibe through you when you hear it. I mean, it's pretty graphic to the ears, hearing somebody die, and die so viciously. And of course the game tries to sugarcoat it by showing these little animated angels floating up to heaven. And I mean, even the angels, if you ask me, kind of look creepy. They kind of look like the weeping angels from Doctor Who, kind of. I mean, I know I'm nitpicking at this, and I'm probably reaching a little too deep into it, but as a kid who grew up with this game, anytime I heard that noise, that little, it was pretty mind-boggling, and if it catches you off guard, it would scare the shit out of you. I'm just saying, if you've got little kids playing this game, couldn't you come up with something a little more cartoony? Like maybe having them go, or maybe having them say like, or I'd even accept this sound effect. Yeah, have them turn into little balls of shit that fly up. And speaking of them turning into angels, how do we know these people were good people? Yeah, think about that. What if they were bad people? Shouldn't they turn into little devils and get sucked down to hell? Just saying. Cover your bases, game.
Something else this game makes me tip my hat to is the absolute diversity of the monsters in this game. There is a plethora of enemies, and each one is better than the last. You've got your classic zombie monsters, and it goes all the way up to having vampires, werewolves, and speaking of the werewolves, that's another interesting thing that the victims have in common, is in the levels where there are werewolves, if you don't get to them fast enough, not only will they die, they'll turn into the freaking werewolves. How cool is that? But there's vampires, mummies, chainsaw-wielding Jason guys. These guys look like they need to lay off the donuts. And since when has Jason ever used a chainsaw? Oh, doesn't matter. The weapons are another interesting thing. By far, two of my favorite weapons, the Martian bubble gun, and probably the coolest weapon of all, the Monster Potion, which not only makes you temporarily immune to damage, gives you an unbelievable, devastating punch that even Popeye would be jealous of. Now, if you can believe it, a version of Zombies Ate My Neighbors was also released for the Sega Genesis. But, well, it just doesn't compare to the Super Nintendo version. The sound effects, the music, everything just seems wrong about it. Granted, the color and graphics are kicked up a notch, but that still doesn't make up for the overall just lame experience of it all. I mean, listen to the version from the Sega Genesis. Okay, now listen to the version from the Super Nintendo. You see, when it comes right down to it, the Nintendo version is just the superior version. And I actually found out, for all of you Wii-tards out there, the Nintendo Wii actually has a download for Zombies Ate My Neighbors too, so if you like what you see in this review, you can actually go on there, download it, and get your game on through there.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now, with all the good things that I've said about this game, is there anything really bad to say about this game? Well, maybe one or two little things. For one thing, the game itself is a true testament to your patience if you actually manage to finish it. Why? Well, mainly due to its overall length. My brother and I, when we were kids, actually did manage to get all the way through the game. It literally took us all day, a total of, I think, 14 hours. And that's not counting having to die, continue, taking bathroom breaks, pausing to go eat, all that stuff. It literally took us all day to beat this game, because I'm pretty sure that, not counting the bonus levels, and I think there's even a credits stage, if you can believe that this game actually has at least 100 levels. 100 levels! Give these guys a medal for creativity. Some of these enemies can really grind your teeth as well. Most of them, like the zombies, the squid men, and such, those guys are easy to take down. Most of them will go down in one shot. But then you get to the harder monsters, like, let's see, the giant baby, or the trimmer-looking things, or the chainsaw guys. And these guys take an unbelievable amount of punishment before they finally give up and die.
Why won't you die?
You know, speaking of snakeoids, wasn't that one of the ideas that Melvin came up with in Tremors?
Coincidence? I think not!
Now, as incredibly popular as Zombies Ate My Neighbors was, believe it or not, JVC actually came out with another game in 1994 called Ghoul Patrol, which they advertised as being a sequel to the popular game Zombies Ate My Neighbors. However, after the game came out, they actually had to recant their statement, saying that, yeah, we did say it was a sequel to the game, but in truth it's its own separate game. We only called it a sequel to boost sales. Lying pricks. But, you know, Cool Patrol's not a bad game. I mean, here's a little bit of what it is.
Naturally, when this game came out and people gave it a shot, you could kind of see why people believed that it was actually a sequel to Zombies Ate My Neighbors. The characters kind of look similar to the two main characters from the NES game, and some of the music and sound effects are, well, surprisingly similar to Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
It looks kind of interesting, don't you think? Heck, I might take a look at it in the future. You never know.
So I've been sitting here giving a good, about 10-minute tangent talking about the various aspects of this game, but I haven't really touched base on, well, the story. Or rather, a lack thereof. This game doesn't really give you much in the narrative. It basically sets you off on your way as soon as you hit the start button. Based on what I've got from some of the levels, I'm guessing there's this crazy doctor. No, not that crazy doctor. This one actually appears to be a little threatening. Who apparently wants to reanimate the dead, summon monsters, aliens, and, well, graboids, and take over the world.
Of course!
And it's up to these two teenagers with strange tastes in clothing to come and stop him. Man, Whateversville is in a lot of trouble.
And well, that's pretty much all there is to say about Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's a great game, and it's definitely a fond memory from my childhood. If you haven't played the game yet, let me just say, you are missing out. And if you do want to play the game, like I said, those of you who own a Wii, it should be available for download on the Nintendo thing, whatever it is. I don't own one, so I'm not sure. If you don't have one, you still want to play it, try going to consoleclassics.com. They definitely have it. It's definitely worth playing. You won't regret it. I'm Danny South, and... Ooh. Did I get him? Must have. Screw a squirt gun. Give me a rifle any day of the week. Oh my god, he's still moving? Must be a zombie. I gotta get to a secured location. Who? Suck at you, zombie. I gotta get out of here. They're everywhere. Oh man, they're everywhere. Gotta be ready. Grabbing pills. Oh my god. Oh, Buzz. Not you too. Sorry I had to do this, old friend. You were funny. I love you. No, please, 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 please don't hurt me. What are you freaking out for, man? All I wanted was these pills. Oh, sweet. This is gonna get us even higher than we are right now, man. I thought... Zombies! Zombies? You've been playing too many video games, man. We're not zombies. Those are my homeboys, man. We are high on PCP right now, eh? Now that we got these pills, we're gonna get high all night. Well, you know, I shot a couple of those guys. Oh, don't worry about that, man. They get shot all the time. Hell, I just got shot last night, and you don't see me complaining. Anyway, have fun, man. You can put your weed in there.